Welcome back to the Mr. 10mm Bullet, and since this is a gun channel first, we will be looking at guns while we drink a Lagunitas Willettized Coffee Stout aged in rye oak barrels. This is their 2022 edition, and it weighs in at 13.1%. So if I was actually over at the CaptainDick Nozzle channel, we'd be talking about McLean because he's a dick. So by now, anybody that follows that channel, or at least left a comment, knows that YouTube is part of the agenda with the U.S. government to silence freedom of speech, especially pertaining to something that we used to feel that you had control of by adding your number to the total number of people that participate in that. I guess you have to speak in code now, because even though the Twitter files have come out and said a whole bunch of revealing things. Yep. Remember when I told you guys back on the other channel that they gave me a strike and they deleted a video and I appealed it and they put it back? That's the same one that they deleted and gave me another strike for today. And by the way, the video has been up well over a year. So, you broke community guidelines for fraudulent information about telling the truth about who won, and then you agreed with me and you put it back, and then 6 months later you deleted it again. Okay, YouTube, you can fuck yourself. And I am going to open it up with one of my favorite weapon, non-weapon, weapon, non-weapons, the phaser. Ooh, it looks like it's almost time to empty that. Just in case I'm having a good time, because for the last few days I have not been having a good time. I have not been to work since Wednesday, and I have, right now I have no plans to do Locked and Loaded tonight. 13%, let's try giving it kind of a full-on pour to see what happens. We got that nice frothization, but see, if I would have gone full on, man, we would have had an incident, because I still have all of this still in here. But while this is waiting, we have a bunch of things to do. And why do I say guns first? Because I pulled out my 4 most sentimental 45 1911's. And, of course, you'd recognize probably all but one, because there is a new one in the collection. Waiting on you. At the back of the heap of sentimental, but yet still sentimental, is my Kimber Raptor. And I know if you follow me, and especially if you're friends with Pete, you know that he has a love-hate relationship with the Kimber. I have never owned a Kimber that didn't run, and I have owned, over the years, I have owned quite a few of them. This is the only one left in the collection, and I purchased this for myself when I turned out as a journeyman sprinkler fitter, and it will be put down the road maybe sooner than later. I told myself I was going to keep it. Well, first of all, I told myself it would stay in my family as long as I was alive, but I said I would keep it all the way up until I was all the way up until I croaked, and I decided that I'd rather not do that. So I'm not sure when, but sooner than later this will be leaving this generation. It's been a good gun. Never had a reliability issue with it. A couple of years ago, I started having these weird last round feed issues. Always the last round, and strangely, it didn't seem to matter what mag I had, including a brand new Wilson Combat, brand new Mechgar, and a brand new Kim Pro mag, which is the mags I prefer. If anybody has an in on these, please let me know, because I would like to pick up a couple of more now that I have another 1911 in the collection, and the fine gentleman that I purchased it from just gave me one mag with it. Hang on. Due to the fact that this, I will be letting a couple other people know about something, so I need to grab a couple more. Maybe not mine, but beautiful handguns, and I will let these gentlemen know that they were showed off in this video, so that you can come see them. I mean, other than the Kimber, I am putting them in no particular order, because after the Kimber, the rest is a little bit different than I simply worked for 5 years to become a journeyman and jump through all their hoops and that kind of shit. The rest of them are all because of somebody. So, oh, looks like the beer is ready enough for another pour. Let us do that. And let me read the first comment. That was Tuba saying first, oh yeah. Now these comments are back at the CaptainDick Nozzle channel, but I am obviously reading them over here at Mr. 10mm Bullet because of their strike. And the fact that I didn't do a video for a few days, I'm not sure it's going to be like 6 more days, maybe even 5 more days from right now. I don't know. YouTube is just great. YouTube is, I personally want to know if evidence will come out YouTube that you too were enacting upon what the government told you to do along with the FBI. Now, YouTube wants to say that all of a sudden you're breaking community guidelines for talking about a particular issue, but please, YouTube, could you explain to, start with me, I give a shit about anybody else right now, please explain to me how you can say I am spreading information that has now been proven. I'll wait. And of course, they will continue to be the strong arm of the agenda as long as they can, because I can still run across, if I talk to 10 people today, well, actually I've been confined to the house, so I haven't talked to anybody, but let's just say I did. I bet you 9 people would know little to nothing about the Twitter files, because that too is trying to be silenced. Unfortunately, they can't silence it anymore on Twitter. I can't wait for Elon Musk to buy YouTube. And actually, as much as, now don't get me wrong, I trust Elon Musk about as much as I trust anybody. But at least right now, it is a fun game to sit back and watch the libtards squirm. Number 2 is Gunwild, saying second again. And of course, I am going to do exactly what I know YouTube loves, and I am going to comment and let everybody know exactly what they've done in the form of a comment back to you. Cold-hearted bastard, damn it, still at work. So he made it to 3rd, which, still on the podium, I cannot see how that is a problem. Hector is 4th, saying moo. Again, if I double tap any of you, I apologize, but I just want everybody to know. Of course, I've continuously told you, if I disappear from any channel, the next place I will be down in the description. Now, I don't know if Rumble is now playing some kind of a game, which I would fully understand. This guy uploads an hour-long video to our platform every single day, and nobody watches his videos over here on Rumble. So we are going to make it impossible for him to upload. I have not been able to upload a video in well over a week. I don't know. You could compare it with CaptainDick Nozzle and YouTube and find out when it stopped, because after trying 3 different nights on 3 different videos, I basically gave up, because Rumble isn't worth a shit to me unless, of course, they delete this channel, which I'm not really worried about it. If it's an IP address, I know I can get some help. I know I could make one phone call, probably to almost everybody that is hearing me say this. Create me another channel, give me the username and password, and I will start uploading the brew reviews over there. Because YouTube has already said, oh, we shunned you for spreading disinformation, which it's kind of funny how I talked about this, and now the actual number is more people are dying from the C word that have been abbed than people that haven't. I'm sorry. Those are the actual numbers. That's not shit that I've made up. I've heard it from multiple sources. As a matter of fact, wasn't it in the New York Times the other day? We also have a drawing. We have a drawing for the ridiculous Battleship game created by Miles. I do want to also say a big thank you to Miles. He called me last night and said, if you and Christine need anything, just let me know. And he texted me this morning and said, I will be back home in about 30 minutes. Do you want me to stop off and grab you guys anything to eat? I gave him a short list. He stopped and left it on my front porch. So, big thank you to Miles. It does make you wonder, though, the exact order in which each direction. I have actually now found out that two different people that I know that didn't have contact with each other have been sick. I don't know about the one, but I do know about the other one, and it was confirmed that the entire family had COVID. And then, of course, I spent the entire day last Friday with that person. You could probably guess who. And then Christine got sick, but now overall, as you guys know, if you've been following me, I have felt exactly the way I do right now. I just feel very drained, and which is why I wanted to do this, because McLean and Jeremy would not shut the fuck up. So here I am. But I'm not going to do Locked and Loaded tonight. Yeah. Oh, you can't sit at a computer chair? No, I hate the chair, and no, I'll be lucky if I make it through this. See, I am a professional, and I'm actually acting like I'm looking forward to having a beer, playing with guns, and opening some packages. Let's see, one more. Oh, my good buddy Gunlocker75 says, man, I was trying to be first comment. Captain, what do you think about the AMT Javelin 10mm with the 7-inch slide? It's been on my list for a long time. Well, Gunlocker, I hope you even get to hear me say this. I'm pretty sure he's one of those smart ones that actually followed the directions down in the description when I said if I ever go away, check Rumble and check Mr. 10mm Bullet. Gunlocker, the bottom line is anything. I'm narrow-minded and I love the 10mm. Anything chambered in 10mm I want. Some things might be higher up on that list. At this moment in time, the only thing that is really on the total radar, it would be cool, not necessary. I'm not saying that I've come to the conclusion that I'm dying and I'm in the why bother stage, but I am actually grown somewhat content with what I have in the collection, and it just seems like, for me, if it's chambered in 10 millimeter, it's still very high on my I desire it list in a childish way. The Javelin is badass. AMT, now, to be matte, to be very matte, Gunlocker, I don't know. I know about the Javelin. I don't necessarily know about the reliability. I know AMT has always been kind of, but a 7-inch 10 millimeter all steel, it has to be a lot of fun to shoot. Just like the big Glock. It's just, anything, any gun over here, and then a Glock. Now, I have been reprogrammed by NIHAP to totally appreciate the Glock for what it is. It's a tool. If people really, really, really mess on the high point. But if you actually look at the two of them quickly laying on a table somewhere, it can be hard to tell the difference between a Glock and a high point. Now, I know if you have, one more brain cell, you immediately know which one is which, but I am just saying, now there's a huge divide that now will take place. One, the high point is like the same weight as 27 cast iron skillets, and the Glock is not. The Glock can easily be disassembled with your eyes closed, and almost most of the repairs that could be done to it also with your eyes closed, once you goof around with one long enough. I have jokingly said, and yet I don't consider it a joke, there is so many things that if there was two of you in an active gunfight and he can take care or protect your ass for a few seconds, there's so many things that you could swap out and replace on a Glock in mere seconds. I still think it's a ugly gun. I don't really care for the ergonomics about how it feels in my hand. I understand that there's been some improvements in the Gen 5. Sorry, I don't keep up on them. I know there's all sorts of models in there now that was never there originally. But still, I have kind of always wanted a 29 as a carry gun. I don't know how much I would actually carry it. I got a chance to hold one again down at the Craig had one, relatively good price. I guess if it wasn't for the fact that I ended up purchasing 2 pistols and 2,200 rounds of ammunition, I would have asked Craig if I could put it on layaway, because now, after missing a majority of this week at work, I'm glad I did not, because as probably happens to a bunch of you, have you ever gone out, waited and waited and waited, and finally decided to make a purchase or anything, and by the time you come home, your wife is letting you know that the transmission went out on the car, or this or that or the other thing? Well, we are experiencing the other thing right now. So the only advantage that I have is I basically work just with Greggy Poo. So I guess on Sunday I'm going to have to retest and see what it shows up and decide, because it's hit him really hard, but then again he has respiratory issues. So, but yeah, so you go ahead and you decide, yeah, I'll take that, and I'll take that, and I'll take all of that, and then it's like, oh, and then yeah. Okay. I guess just right into it. I decided to purchase Dave's the gun that he is the gun that lit his ass up, and he decided he wanted nothing to do with Smith & Wesson. Now, and when I'm serious, nothing to do. Those two are also David's, and they are now both owned by two different individuals. And basically that went down when David called me and said, call him, because I talked to him and he said that he wanted first. And I went, okay. And then he said he wanted that one, and then meanwhile that one ended up with a home. So I know, Jim, if you're following, I know Jim was pissed off about it. And Jim, it happened in like 2 seconds, and it was all done, and there was never an opportunity that you were ever going to get to own this one. Because I would have personally shot David in the leg if it wasn't an offer. So this is the one that started it all. The barrel lug is hitting the inside of the frame and left a mark. I covered the mark back up and intend on just seeing what happens after I shoot it next time. Otherwise, I will do a little bit of filing. I know it definitely hasn't done anything for reliability and accuracy, because I'm not sure if I've ever shot this one or how much I've shot this one, but I've seen this shot. And it is absolutely a tack driver. It, I don't even know. Oh yeah, it is stamped. This is out of Smith & Wesson's Performance Center. It gets a higher level of detail to fit and finish. It gets the lightning cuts. It gets actually they have an the E frame or the E series that's also bobbed. This one is the Scadnium, so this is a special metal, ultra light. It weighs like 19 ounces, empty. David took the 3-dot white sights off of it and put these fiber optic on it. They are not night sights. The only thing that I think is particularly strange is the E-Series, the bobbed E-Series, actually comes with night sights, tritium night sights. They put it on a lesser model, and they didn't actually originally do it to this guy. Makes zero sense to me. Huh?
You want me to do a pickup or a delivery tomorrow?
Please hold. Wonderful. Now enough time has gone by. The only reason I know I was even talking about this is because it's still in my hand. Okay, Performance Center. He put these sights on it. I like these. I'm not disappointed that they're not night sights, because I don't really enjoy. When I say enjoy, I mean I don't actually do it. Go out to the range in the dark. So, and when it comes to a conceal or a righteous shoot, the person's going to be within a few feet of me anyway. And just like Christopher said, and he will be here because I'll be letting him know, who needs sights for that? It'll probably look something like this. So, and I know me and Sharky have been discussing this. You'll probably go, what's the difference? I don't particularly like these grips, but I like the orange, so I have a different set on order. And it's not as easy finding bobbed grips. And of course, there's probably some of you out there going, well, you could just take regular grips and make them like that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not. So, another thing very cool about 2 of the 3 of these is the competition. Is it Byerly? at one point in time, they actually stamped what it was. I think this is the same bushing that Jay put in the 645, a Byerly. It is a hand-fit titanium. You can see it inside there. It will actually, you can't get it to punch out, but it sits and it rotates to match any angle it needs to work with. And I understand that the level of precision in holding this barrel straight and true is just over the top. Every one of these barrel bushings are hand fit to the gun and the barrel for which they are in. So you wouldn't want to pop this out of here and stick it in this E-Series because you're going to have fitment issues. So I mentioned coffee stout aged in rye oak barrels. And of course, and if anyone asks, because I did do the test and I got the, you lucky son of a bitch. It was a C for brand new car. Maybe not. It's cash, yeah. It was, I tested positive for cash. I mean, through all of this, thankfully I've never had a smell. Well, doing a video with Miles, I really wish that I had a smell problem, but I have not. And I don't have a taste problem. And I'm getting this, it's really, really silky. And I'm getting this almost a dark milk chocolate, bordering on almost a baker's chocolate, but has a sweetness to it. Not like you went, oh, Mom's got some of that baker's chocolate and I'm going to steal it. I sure wish I could move some of the stuff around on the monitor, because there's a big function over her face and a P over her, it would be her right breast. And unfortunately, I can turn that all off, but then the timer also turns off, and I then have no idea. I guess if I had to, I think the timer over here turns off too. Wow, white people problems. Wow, I do not know where they are hiding the booze in this. Okay. I tell you what, I'm gonna do a package. Well, here, you know what? I'm gonna start with the one that's open. And I wanna start with this one, and I wanna say a big thank you to Cobra. He sent me and Christine two bags of our favorite coffee. It also happens to be a local roaster, Alacaf, and this particular one is the one that we have gone through. I wouldn't even want to know how many of these. And he also got me the whole bean. Cobra, I just love it when I'm slowly quizzed over a couple of weeks so that you can figure out what kind of coffee I like and how I like to, So it's whole bean. This is their Highlander grog, and its notes are rum, caramel, and vanilla. And here's the funny thing, is because we are both been homebound, I mean, I'm trying to do the right thing and not go to where other people are. I mean, I realize that some people don't understand the level of, I don't know, just being smart. You're sick as fuck and you go to work, that kind of thing. Well, I haven't been going to where other people are, or if I do, I watch what I do. I touch only what I'm taking out of the store, and I'm not hacking, coughing, sneezing, wiping my nose with my hand, and then touching like the handle of the coolers and that kind of thing. But for the most part, just not going where other people are. And we effectively ran out of coffee this morning, and she goes, "We just ran out of Oh yeah, we got the 2 bags in from Cobra. Well played, Cobra. But Christmas present from Cobra. Thank you very much, and your ability to. Okay, let me. Now these 2 used to belong to David, and they were David offered both of them up to NIHAP, and NIHAP said that one there was maybe just a little bit too rich for his blood, with both of them, but he said that he really had a love interest in the E-Series, and I do have to admit this is a beautiful full size. These 2 David did not carry. He had these because they were Smith & Wessons, and would bring them with out to the range whenever we had a 45 day. In other words, whenever David was at the range. This one has an ACT mag, and I think there's I think the reason that I'm less giddy, not just kidding, David, is because I believe there's 2 mags in each of the plastic totes, which I think is funny because the E-Series came in a blue Smith & Wesson box, and the Performance Center came in a gray box. And I can't tell you what color mine is because Mr. Perfectionist has no idea where the box is in the house. David also put, it's like roast David day. David also put the exact same sights on this guy. And this one has the stock grips, the wooden Smith & Wesson E-Series grips. This one has some really nice front checkering. I should be careful. I fucked up one of Matt's guns once with this with my ring because it's made out of titanium. I actually scratched. Yeah, I was pissed off at myself. I love the serrations, Smith & Wesson serrations. They are just incredible. And again, this is a gun channel over here, so drinking is in second place. So let's remember that. So this one, I like the nice broad trigger. Typical of a 1911. It is nice to see that they definitely step up their game on the Performance Center. At least I know what mine is. I'll find out here in a second when I squeeze Christopher's trigger. So this beautiful, nice markings in it. Of course, if I had my way and I had the magic eraser, I'd remove this shit from the gun. It's just me, but it is laser etched in there, so it's possible, but it's this one also is a single-sided safety, which that gets me to a question when I get to one of them here. If anyone has any knowledge on this, and you're planning on bowing out of the video, please stick around, because I want to know if anybody has experience putting a ambi in a 1911, which didn't originally have it, and what you recommend. And of course the other one is another Performance Center full size. I forgot to ask David if I cannot remember if David put these Trijicon night sights on here or not, but this is what looks like would have been on the E-Series, the bobbed E-Series, which is why they put it on the, well, I mean, it's great that they put it on the E-Series, but why when they step it up to the Performance Center, it doesn't have them But again, this is basically a big version of mine, minus the fact that this one has not been bobbed. This Christopher, this also has, unlike mine, David, unlike mine, this one has a magwell, and it came with 2 magazines, and this one does have the ambi controls. Oh, David, there's oil. These also showed up spotless from David. Yeah, there is definitely a little bit more love. Not that there's anything wrong with the trigger in that one. The trigger in that one is at least on par with other high-end stuff like the Kimber and, you know, a typical 1911 with a little bit more love. But you can definitely feel that some extra love goes in the Performance Center, and then to show the difference, you know, you can see that even with the bumper on this, it's up inside the magwell. Nice touch on that. These grips were also the stock grips on it, and again the competition barrel bushing. So that would be titanium and hand fit to this barrel. And the tolerances on these, you know, plus and a minus, that it removes the color from the barrel. So unfortunately neither one of those are mine, but definitely nice guns. Paul from PA Brew News. Cheers everyone, and let's go Brandon. That ass. Rich Huff says, cheers all. Cheers Rich. Multi-Gunman sub-comment, cheers and naked all. Oh, sorry, I got... Multi-Gunman should have his own comment in here if he's made this comment. Redneck says, greetings Captain. Greetings Redneck. Sorry for the extra time, but if YouTube is going to be part of the government agenda trying to silence our speech and tell me that people like us are spreading misinformation, I am sorry. It is not misinformation. Not only has the medical side of it been, for the most part, completely denounced, it is now proof through Twitter, the Twitter files. I'm just going to recap what has been said in the Twitter files, that after hearing about a Hunter Biden laptop, 16% of everybody that voted for Biden, liberals that voted for Biden, after hearing about the laptop story and the fraudulent Biden family, said that they would have voted for Trump. 16%, by the way, would have been enough to flip it. So, CaptainDick Nozzle was not disinformation. He was simply speaking about what is already fact. Not to mention, I actually originally talked about Mark Zuckerberg saying that the FBI came to Facebook and said a story is going to be coming out, and we would like it if you simply put it into the basement, which is what they did. Clyde already knows this, but I just love hitting paste. Clyde says, whiskey and revolution for all. Multi-Gunman says, except Eric, he only gets nakedness. Clyde, back to him. You're more hung up on the nakedness than Salty or anybody else has been. And besides, even them naked motherfuckers going to need some clothes if we have to fight this revolution in the winter. This is true. Jolson says, needs more cowbell. And just in case Tardisius does not have his own comment in here, I am leaving this information with him also. Salty says, the three things cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the nakedness. Confucius. All sub-comments, multi-gunman, our lives are but specks of nakedness falling through the fingers of time. Sands, like sands of the hourglass, so the naked days of our lives. I'm pretty sure he didn't actually say that. But Tordisia says, I killed naked vampires. Buffy Summers the Slayer. Mr. 27, Confucius equals confused is us. And then he says, fourth naked. Multi-gunman, insert nakedness here. Redneck, your Google Assistant is woke. Well, of course. Google is woke. Mike says, cheers all A2 defenders. Well, you know, Mike, it gets harder and harder every day with this fraudulent YouTube, fraudulent Facebook, fraudulent... It just keeps on going. Okay. Next is my SIG C-Carry 1911. This little guy is about as hot-rodded as it gets, and other than the Kimber, which I did carry it for well over a year and still carry it on and off, my favorite platform in the 1911 is for a carry gun as of right now in 45 is the 4 1/4 inch. This one, the Go Fast Goodies, is it does have smaller and ambi safety paddles. I like the way that the trigger looks. The trigger feels incredible in this. The front may not have some $100 plus barrel bushing, but I understand that this thing shoots awesome. I mean, I do have full documentation of the temperature and the rounds used for all of the rounds in it. Even though they are definitely much smaller, I do like the safeties on this. No matter what, they hit my thumb in the exact same place that all of the rest of them do, so regardless of the length of the paddles. Tritium night sights in here, and really cool features like I don't want to change the grips on this one. Not only do I find them desirable, I love the aggressiveness, but they also follow through on the back strap being customized for this gun. I don't know what the front checkering is, 30 lines per inch. I don't know. It's a lot. Really a heavy checkering on the front. Nothing else on the trigger guard. Just one of my favorite guns as far as how it feels in the hand. Really need to get out and shoot this. I know a bunch of you have yelled at me. I've had it a long time, and I just have had I've had an emotional problem as to why I have personally not put any rounds through this. I will try to get over it and shoot this. Maybe I'll bring the trio of the three that mean the most to me, and that would be Dave's gun, this one, and then last and not least, or last because it is not least, is Ed's gun. And just a great shooting 1911. It's a Ruger Commander, and I updated the sights to the Heine straight 8s, and this got updated while Ed was alive. I don't know if he ever got to shoot it with these. I think he may have. And of course, I've told you the story about how Jason Loke, sent me these grips. These were prototypes, actually, and it's nice that they've stayed together because they're actually inlaid. It's inlaid with the Punisher. But Ed was also a fan of these finger grooves. He actually sent me more of these finger grooves. I have like a brand new one somewhere. Ed also put this Wilson Combat magwell on it. And other than the grips, when I got this from Ed, it was finger grooves, magwell, and the original Ruger grips, which I have. I've saved them, and just like I had for years, had the original grips for the Kimber in a bag, sealed and oiled. But the only thing I really desire to do to this gun is to put an ambi safety in it. And I'm assuming from everything that I've seen, see, originally I thought maybe you could just get like from Ruger, but I understand that you take this one off and basically toss it aside, and you get a set, and then there might be some gunsmithing involved to fit it. I don't know what would be the recommended for this. I was unable to find anything like directly from Ruger. Midway USA, it seemed like one of the more popular ones was, and now I'm drawing a blank. I don't think it might have been Wilson Combat. I don't remember. I've only recently started to do gunsmithing on the lower frame of a 1911. The Taurus, I completely took it apart, and I've put, after I had the ambi, I had them out of that one, and that was one where I noticed that it had the little arm, and this one, my Smith from David has that little paddle that goes under the grip. So the new grips that I have coming are going to have to be clearance to make up for that little arm. And it seemed like again, like I said, the two sets of safeties that I saw at Midway USA. Again, I think it was the Wilson Combat, also had this on it. I mean, it's no big deal. In this particular case, I've already done it. I did it already. I actually clearanced on the Taurus, and that was short-lived because the original grips are back on it, and my Celtic grips are sitting in wait for something else. But yes, as you can see, there has to be a little clearancing where that arm slides. No big deal. I've done it on one set, and on the G10 it's fairly easy. Just trying to make sure that you take your time and not overdo it, so that it doesn't look like it was all hacked. But so if anybody has a line on an ambi paddles, again, I couldn't find any information like this is best for this. It seems like some people have to do more gunsmithing than others. As a matter of fact, the ones on those Wilson, I think it was the Wilson ones, that had the that paddle, they talked about how you're gonna have to clearance the grip, and this one does not have anything for it, and these will be the grips that will. As far as they'll be on this gun as probably as long as I'm alive. I like the way that they look, and I know it was Ed approved. But that's the only thing I'd like to do to this, other than cosmetically someday I would like to have it completely done over with something like, I love the way the Robar coating came out on the 645, but Robar is no longer doing firearms, so that option is out. Okay, I received this one, and it's for Mikey P. So either it's the way wrong address, or it's now a new and exciting name in the deliveries. I don't know if it makes any difference or not, but this one is from Montana. I mean, overall, I have been disappointed with some of the surprise packages as of late. I mean, I could go for a nice ambi safety lever for Ed's gun, you know, versus a picture of a couple of dudes about ready to have a poke-a-thon. This is burnable. Thought for a minute this was actually milk chocolate. The way both me and Christine feel, that could have been used, but evidently it is not. Making sure that all of the packaging is... And it is some kind of a magazine. See a yellow follower. And we have a magazine for, I am assuming, a 45 high point. Okay. And Din, if you happen to hear me say this, as of right now, the gun is still sitting up at Bill's. In order, because of new laws in effect under the Biden administration, Bill cannot ship something out with all of the FFL information for where it's going in the box. Fucking stupidity. It's going to them. So what is the point? The guy's going to get there and go, oh, look, it's my information. Oh, it's just another way of fucking with the American people and people that do things... Well, it should be free. We shouldn't be confined to do anything with a handgun. But Bill has been calling the number that I called initially to make sure that what do you need, you know, this will be in the box. That guy told me just make sure Bill's information is in the box along with my information. And I don't know, maybe the guy went on vacation or maybe he is sick. But there has been no answer and no return calls, so Bill hasn't been able to get his FFL information. Ever just had the feeling like something just wasn't going to ever fucking happen? Redneck, let's try handball again. H8. And H8 is a hit. So much for my abilities. H8. Gun oil, in case you're listening, that would be Henry 8. As in 8-ball. As in cocaine. H8. Poco, not even close to top 5. Well, thanks for letting me know. Oh, sorry, I have not, but I will let Poco know that YouTube is part of the fraud regime to silence the freedom of speech and being able to spread the truth. Redneck says, night, Captain. I will see you tomorrow. Jeremy says, dude, the 312 video is on my channel. It's FRT versus Woot. And then he says, one of my favorite videos. Jeremy, I love any opportunity that we get together, as you well know. I mean, nothing against the rest of you, but Jeremy and Caitlin are family, and the amount of time that we get to spend together just flat out isn't enough. But anytime we can run them mag emptying. You know, it's funny. I just watched some senator talk about how the Glock is capable of firing 20 rounds a second, and the dude in the video goes, what fucking button do I have to press to make it do that? These fuckers. The problem is these retards. You know, WokeTube, YouTube wants to say that I am spreading disinformation. So how many people hear one of these retard fucking cunt liberals say a Glock can fire 20 rounds in a second and they believe it? That's what I say to those libtard cunts. And if you're a libtard cunt, please be offended. The chocolate. The hell is she watching? Hector, what is always so special about anything you send me? I just sent him a response back to what he sent me, yet it's still showing up as an unread text. And last but not least, showing up today is another one for Saul Rosenberg. Wow. I'd like to point out that Christine is feeling better. And we have what looks like a GI or a belt, probably to go along with some frickin' holster. What is this? Pistol belt, military style, tactical quick release, nylon pistol web belt. Color, khaki. Size, fat ass motherfucker. Whoa, whoa. After this, I think we need to do the drawing. Okay. Of course, like always, it's always a little mystery, but eventually the shit just comes to fruition. Right now, I'm gonna stick that with this because I'm assuming. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. And yes, that is actually for a 1911, a GI 1911. Yesterday I received the new the new BattlBox. You know what? I don't want anything to happen to these. Oh, I'll just I don't know if I gave Christopher the proper flyby. Christopher, at 1 hour. At 1 hour, I doubled down on front strapping, back strapping. I don't know if he watches this whole thing, but yeah, this is a really nice gun. Did I pull the mag out of this one? Or was it not in it? I'll have to check. I'll have to check in the box, because there should have been two with this, but I'll put these back in the safe. I don't want to mess them up. Gee, when I have to go back and watch my own video to see if I popped the mag out of the damn thing or not. Oh yeah, I did. I'm sorry. And I have your mag is right here. I'm gonna put it in the gun so I don't forget about it. But I believe that there is 2 mags for each of those guns. But David only gave me 1 for mine. I have to say, this is a particularly interesting box this month. Christine goes, there is definitely a theme. I always let you guys know about this first, going off of the way I feel. I will probably oh, okay. It's an older one. I will try to get a video done this weekend, being that I'm not planning on leaving the house. I'll probably will, because I'll end up going stir crazy. You get an awful... When I went to lift this box, I almost went to the ground. Of course, I am in a diminished state lately, but they sent out... Here, you tell me if you can pick the theme. Heavy-duty ratcheting tie-down straps. 2 ratchet straps, and then extra heavy-duty soft loops. 2 heavy-duty motorcycle tie-down straps. Heavy-duty drawstring bag to put them in. Rhino USA, same as the straps. 0 to 75 PSA heavy-duty tire pressure gauge with the deflator valve. That's called an ex-wife. A candle lantern. It's filled with a candle, and it pulls up, and yeah, you'll see the video. The pale blue, just like I received a big pack of the... this one, unfortunately, is more of the AAAs. I wish that it had the AA's, but rechargeable batteries. Another one of these things. I know this is not a good place to have it. I really need to bring this out, and should be out in my truck. And, oh, there. It's designed so that you can put it on the side of the road. We'll say changing a tire. It has a magnet on it, has a flashlight on it, and now I have another one. Yeah, I don't know why it's sitting there. It really should be in my truck. That makes no sense. My bad. Another interesting thing, but with my luck, being a bigger guy, I'd probably snap it right off my fucking vehicle. But it's I think it's made out of heavy gauged aluminum, or is it even steel? I'm not even sure what the thing. Aircraft grade aluminum can handle up to 400-pound capacity. But can your vehicle? It's made to hook the latch mechanism for your door. So you put it up through your door catch mechanism and it makes a step so that you can reach the top of your vehicle. I can see it ripping it right out of the frame of the door of my vehicle, knowing me. And last, and probably one, believe it or not, the most disappointing thing in the box is the knife of the month. It's another one from, I think it's pronounced Civi. Or, yes, I'm just going with Civi. This is not the first knife I've received from them. Actually, a knife that I really liked I received from them, and I gave it to Matt, and he lost it, but I don't want to seem bitter. Very, very thin G10 scales, relatively smooth, not a lot of traction to them. It's a flipper. It's an unassisted flipper. It has that fake Damascus look to it. I'm assuming that it's D2 steel, which I do like that. Has a lanyard hole, liner lock, pocket clip, which is reversible to the other side. And I think they say this is an $89 knife, and I call bullshit. There is quite a few things. I mean, for the basic box, you get the light, the batteries, and the candle. For the advanced, you get the step, which is $50, and then for the pro, you get the tire gauge and all of the ratchet straps, which $79. It's not a rip-off. I can tell you that from buying straps. And then $89 for the brazen flipper and thumb stud knife. And where does it say what it's made out of? Damascus blade at a hardness of 58-60 HRC. I don't know, maybe it's expensive because of that blade. Hand rubbed Damascus blade. I haven't watched the video from them. I used to always get feedback from Harold on that. And sorry, Sharky, I had all that stuff stuffed in front of it, so I didn't even bother with anything on here. But here, well, just to make you less unhappy, let me get this off of here. Yeah, I almost shit when I went to lift up that box. All them ratcheting straps weigh a bunch. The question I have for you is, does somebody have a outside the waistband leather holster that they recommend for a 4 1/4 inch 1911? I purchased this Don Hume off of eBay. They are not a cheap holster. I mean, they're not the most expensive, and you can tell I always wear Ed's gun anywhere, and I wore it to work one day that I was taping. But this is for a 4-inch 1911, and what I really don't like is any of these guns. Any of these are 4 1/4. So when you put them into this holster, you get that. And that is probably, this is one of the holsters that I use with with the SIG, and it's why it has developed wear marks out on the front. But hey, I use it, so who fucking cares that it's showing signs of wear? But why are 1911's 4 1/4 inches long and the holster's 4? This is just... So, because I don't like it sticking out the end of the holster, I will probably be using the SIG holster. I have a left side and a right side, strong side, weak side. I have 2 holsters for this gun, which is 4 1/4. So, okay, let's do the big drawing. Let's see. Miles was going to give somebody a $40 Amazon card, and you will choose. Whoever wins can choose the Razer Slim Electronic Muffs, this flashlight, or the Fiatchi. The Fiatchi flashlight that is also a weapon mount kit, comes with a battery charger, and I believe it also comes with 2 batteries. So it's a weapon mount, and this was the one that had that cool kind of offset style mount for M-LOK. So you can choose that. So you're gonna get one of these 3 items plus the gift certificate from Amazon. And there was quite a few of you. EMT had a novel's worth. Poco had quite a few. Mr. Mark Mac had quite a few. Gunwild had quite a few. Cobra had one. Tuba had one. Stephen Bush, Matt Davis, and Mike. If I've missed anybody, sorry, it's a one-way deal. I'm going to need some extra shaking here. A few of you had... my mug flies out of my hand and crashes into the wall. I'm only going to take a little look to see if what kind of... I'm just making sure everybody's shaken up really good. I don't want them... as a matter of fact... Let me do a little poker shuffling, make sure that like EMT Railfans 2700 aren't all stuck together. Oh, hang on. I forgot to, of course, Jeremy already knows, but it just makes me feel better to post one of these as many times as possible for YouTube to see that they fucking suck. Okay. Who is the big winner of the Miles bottle ship? Personal favorite body, by the way. The face looks like she could be a bitch, but we have some more of this. And I actually got smart on this. I actually came down here and brought the big boxes and shit down here and pulled 2 of these out to warm up. I mean, just look at those lips. They look like they just want to be wrapped around a member. Okay. For the big win. Trying to only get one this time around. Gunwild 1, congratulations, my friend. And this looks like a belated happy birthday to Gunwild. After all, it was his birthday yesterday. So, happy birthday. Ooh, happy birthday, Gunwild. Oh, I should have put that back. Let me keep that out. Because You guys are good at making sure I don't forget, but I'm terrible. Okay, so Gunwild, $40 Amazon card from Cobra, and your choice of either the flashlight, these muffs, or the Fiachi. I'm not sure. You may already have that Fiachi. If it turns out to be an issue, I might try to work something else out with you. I don't know. I'd like to do. You've been such a good bud for such a long time. I wouldn't mind doing something a little bit more, but this week is an absolutely financially terrible week for that to happen. Unless I belay it a little bit more to try to come up with some other option for you, but let me know. Okay, back to the gun channel. Mike says, B as in boner, as in brisket, 1. Hang on, I'm hitting them up with the YouTube. You can fucking suck a dick comment. B1 is a miss. Bravo Company 1 is a miss. EMT says Delta 1, as in dick, 1. Douche 1 is a miss. EMT, I think, don't I have one where she's dressed up as a firewoman? I don't know. Steven says F3, as in finger bang 3. F3 is a miss. Matt Davis says, where's my snaky man? I mean Matt. Well, unfortunately, guys, you will not be seeing them this entire weekend because I don't want to be responsible for spreading anything, especially in the case of Matt with Grandma. So I'm just adding my you have to come find me over here. Rich Huff says I was busy. We got our Christmas tree up today, which entails dragging all the shit out of the closet and all of the Christmas stuff out from under the stairs in the closet. When putting it all back after the tree is done. Yeah, it's my favorite part. My God. Did I already see another one from you, Rich? Am I double tapping your ass? I don't care. Steven, put a spoonful of dirt in the mower's oil every use. Eventually, it'll stop. Well, Steve, as much as I'd like to take you up on that offer, I would rather just do like I did last time and give the mower to someone, give it to someone that could use it. You know what will happen though? I will have like a neighbor or a friend or my sister that could really use a reliable lawnmower, and I'll give it to them, and they'll call me up 1 or 2 weekends into the summer and say, just wanted to let you know that it went clunk, and then something shot out the side of the engine, and I'd be like going, I wonder if Stephen Bush was here. Yeah, I so want to get the Ego. They got one with like headlights on it and self-propelled. I mean, I was just kind of curious. I believe I could probably, from what Miles tells me, I could probably mow my lawn 3 times, 2 times for sure on a charge. Gunwild says Alpha 1. Alpha 1, as in asshole 1. Is a miss. Matt Davis says G9. G9, as in genitals. 9.
Here's a package.
Get out. Okay.
Snip Frank Rizzo.
G9 is a miss. What?
Ship to Frank Rizzo, 3819 West 4th Street.
Frank Rizzo. Okay.
You don't want to disappoint your fans, because I know how much they look forward to you opening all of those gifts.
Well, so far I got a GI belt and a mag for your brother's pistol.
Oh,
Frank Rizzo. And the answer is... it's a holster.
huh.
It is a holster for a Jericho 941. Okay. Concealment Express. I'll have to put that with the Jericho because I don't know. I don't know if I want to carry the Jericho. There's just some things. There's just some girls you don't want to dance at the date with because you fear you might like them too much. And this particular pistol is a very, very nice. This looks like a pretty decent holster too. Well, here at least I'll show you. Suppose I could even show you how it. I don't think I have it. I think it's hanging right now. Oh, Mr. Jericho, where? Oh, there you are. You're looking good, Mr. Jericho. I know some people wouldn't want to have to carry this because it's heavy. I don't have an issue with that. I know it's not a jammy gun. I'm telling you right now, it's not a jammy gun. Wow, nice. I really like when they do this wing up high. I know they usually call this the full sweat shield, and I always tell Pete I prefer the full sweat shield, mainly because when I reach in and grab the gun, especially if I'm wearing it with my jammies, I don't know if I could have this on right now. I always put my thumb right there as I reach in and grab the gun. My thumb pushes away to dislodge that click from the holster, and in the event that the safety's on, the safety's right there for me to drop as I pull the trigger. No, it's a decent looking holster, and it's protecting all of the things. I mean, I like the little added touch of covering the sights. It is basically going to stop the gun from making contact with you, because that is all of the damage that I do to the firearm, is anything that touches me. You got oils and acids interacting with the gun, and okay. Over an hour. Zeus, cheers, deplorables. And then Zeus says, asshole 3. Assholus 3. A3. A3 is a miss. McLean, Google told you what's what. She's gonna file a domestic on you. More than likely. Wow. Oh. McLean, if you gotta go out in style. McLean says Amazon had a 40-volt Ego with charger and batteries for $188. It's only the 40-volt though. You don't want that one. Come on, man. My yard isn't that small. Now, if I'm going to get one, I wanted to get one of the... I like to get the model like Miles has. That's the one that I'd like to get. McLean, every time gas goes out into forces... every time gas goes out, it forces the barrel down. You got that right. Zeus says 18 degrees. It was 76 here today in Central Texas. See, Zeus, sometimes you just need to keep that shit to yourself. Tuba says, good morning, CaptainDick Nozzle. Well, unfortunately, Tuba, it's Mr. 10mm bullet to you right now. Jolson says, what the fuck? Was that a cowbell from my dog? Oh, I think I just double tapped Jolson. Oh, Jolson, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I would just like to cowbell to Jolson, Tardisius, and WokeTube. Now, I give a fuck about WokeTube. In 3, in 2, in 1. Okay. It's probably the material of the frames, but I like the aggressiveness a little bit more on the Sig Sauer. But I don't care who you are. You have to admit that these are two very, very badass 1911's. And I fully plan on carrying this. I told David I was gonna fuck this gun up. And this one, someday I'll shoot it. Hey, at least I shoot the hell out of Ed's gun and carry it. Ed, speaking of Ed, what are you carrying, Ed? Ooh, Mikey's love rounds. See, this is this situation. This gun is +1. And It is an overall bitch to get that mag in there. This one is +1. And this one is +1. Okay, so I have to ask myself a question. Is it the mag? I mean, this is a Kim Pro, man. This is a good mag. Wow, that goes in a lot easier though. Okay. Maybe it's the Kim Pro. It is the Kim Pro. It doesn't have quite as much forgiveness to be in a +1 situation. Huh. I take it back. Actually, I really like these ones that came with the SIG. And I don't even know who makes them. If they're Mechgar, they are not stamped. But of course they have these like almost step side bumpers, and of course the previous owner of this had everything marked up. This guy's got a magwell too, in case I didn't mention it. Magwell on the SIG. Kimber, I'm sorry, Kimber, but you get a demerit for that. You know what I need to try? I need to try Ed's Ed's gun with the how the Mechgar works. Wade says it's been in the 60s and upper 70s all week here in the subtropics. Okay, so this is fully loaded, and this is loaded. So this was plus. Now that does the exact same thing with the Mechgar. Yet that Kim Pro just went up just perfect. I'm going to put this Kim Pro over here. I'm going to leave this Kim Pro in there. Okay, sorry. Wade, you suck. I mean, love you, Wade. Tuba says H as in Henry 8. That's the second time in this round it's been called, and it is indeed a hit. Mr. 27 says that he's 47th. Then he says, nice intro, babe. And then he says, beer that looks like beer. Mr. Mark Mack says, fire on C8. As in Christian 8. C8 is a miss. Wow, it's a lot of shots called, and I have to say I really adore those breaths. Mr. 27, oh, sorry. I got a Mr. Mark Mack, the Mr. Mark Mack. Mr. 27 says, outro babe is Tom says, let's go Brandon. And I say, fuck off YouTube.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Sharky says, cheers all, funky stock AR on deck. Just love how that stock looks post-apocalyptic, made with hose clamps and spare tubing. Well, it's totally not that. Oh, and a package, and here we go. Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not, I wouldn't say it's the most expensive stock that I have in the collection. Pretty much anything from Magpul on their upper stuff. I think the most expensive stock I have in the collection is the one that is on the JP, and that is the UBR. And I wanted to go with the sniper stock, but because Christopher went with the sniper stock, I decided that I wanted to be sand. I mean, I decided I wanted something different. And if I had a chance to do it all over again, of course they didn't offer it when I ordered my rifle, but now you can get the fixed stock Luth AR. I probably would have gone with that. Which, either way you look at it, it's kind of a joke, because has anybody ever used a cheek riser on an AR platform? I have never. I have wanted to, just for the fact that I had a cheek riser. I wanted to fucking raise that up, and as soon as you do, it makes it so that the scope alignment is no longer right. And, depending on what kind of a stock it is, you may not be able to have the cheek riser up unless it's fully extended, because now it'll get in the way of the charging handle. Yeah, she the last one, she knew what she had. Sharky, damn, now I'm even more happy I opt out of the participation award board Miles set up. Don't want any of them picks. Sharky, over here, checks haven't been used. What? Checks haven't been used for over 20 years. Since about 10 years, they aren't even accepted by any bank, let alone a business. It's cash, wire transfers, bank cards, or credit cards only. Yeah, this doesn't come as a surprise. Sharky, doesn't come as a surprise. Sharky, it's real dry, he says. Pro tip, don't ever say that when in company. It's your fault, and they aren't into you that much. Solution, spit on it. End of tip. Sharky SH Ultra Babe Classic. Oh, and a shot on a proper board. Alpha 5. A5 is an anal. Anal 5. A5 is a misdemeanor. That'll change next in tomorrow's video. J. Scouts can always use flashlights. Plan is meeting right before Christmas. We're going to do bingo again. Jay, I obviously need to talk to you because part of my plan was being able to, put the envelope in the box for you, and we haven't been able to leave the house. But hopefully that will happen tomorrow, and then the Scout package will get mailed on Monday or Tuesday. I did get everything wedged in the box. Still wanted to talk to you and see if you do anything other than if you have another option. I will text you. Jay, I forgot with the with that mag, the hole I was test firing, stretching the spring, messing with the follower. Mag was a PIA. I would understand POS. Chuck, whiskey pickles are all the rage. Guess it hasn't made it to the north yet. Whiskey pickles? Chuck, what the fuck is a whiskey pickle? Do you take a already done pickle and put it straight into whiskey, or what? It seems like a waste of whiskey unless your whiskey sucks. In which case I have some that's a candidate for that. Cobra, blood banks are filled with Vax blood now. That is a scary thought, and that is a fantastic everything. Cobra says E2, Edward 2, Economy 2, Enema 2, E2. Oh, sorry, E1. Wow, almost fucked that up. Trying to be funny. E1. E1 is a miss. Let's try something fun. Let's not tell Chuck where we went. Cobra, Whiskey and Revolution for All on the Does It Mix video. No, that was Clyde, not Cobra. What the? Oh, sorry. I just looked fast. Cobra's got his big cowboy hat. And Clyde, when your two things line up on top... Yeah, I know, I didn't look right. You're both wearing cowboy hats. Well, it'll be in... Well, yeah, there'll be people in... There'll be nobody in tomorrow's video. Only one of you here right now, and that is Gunwild saying, cheers all. Cheers, Gunwild. Oh, this? I'm really digging this. I'm gonna... Willettized. Coffee stout aged in rye oak barrels. It is such a nice, thick, chocolatey. And like I was saying, I don't know if I finished anything I started saying today. I am so completely out of it. I set the two of them out to let them warm up so that we were at more of a proper level. And this tastes really good. I just don't know if I want to drink another beer right now. This is the first beer I've had since the last brew review. So, okay, guys, we should be getting together tomorrow, but again, we'll be getting together right here because CaptainDick Nozzle got a strike for speaking the truth. Trump won.